Hello and welcome to Farming Simulator 17. I'm Andy and this is the Let's Play on the Lone Oak map. So let's see if we can get this going. This is... I'm sort of figuring out how we would sort of do this. In real life, I guess you would go slow. I'm really bad at doing this. I'm trying to do this without... turn on the GPS. It's gonna go wide. I don't know, I guess if you practice this enough you will probably get better at it. I really suck, I'm sorry. Now it's stuck there behind the post. Oh no, that's bad. I'm trying to do a headland, in case you're wondering what I'm doing. See, so I'm sorry, I've been a bit preoccupied in my thought because my daughter just ate breakfast and she wanted something called hönökaka, which is like a sort of form of bread here, and she got that with butter on it, which was the way she wanted it, which is fair enough. And then she decided that she wanted an apple, which is fair enough too. I don't mind her eating an apple, but then she decided to, which made me really angry actually. Then she decided to that she wanted an apple. I said, yeah, sure, you can grab an apple. I wanted it in pieces. Yeah, I said, yeah, sure, I can fix that, but I want you to eat the bread first, because she had like two pieces of toast, and then this bread she wanted. So she got the small piece of that, and she didn't eat it. So I said, you can get an apple, but you need to finish that first. And then she went like, how would you say it? Not ballistic, but she tore the whole piece of sandwich up. She literally took it in her hands and turned it into pieces. So I went, first I was like, well, that's just stupid. And then actually I got quite mad at her because she doesn't have to go to work to make the money to do that. So I very clearly told her that was not an okay behavior, and took away her iPad also, by the way. I don't know, I haven't decided if she's gonna get it back or not, but we're gonna have some sort of conversation about this later when she calmed down and I calmed down. But anyway, except for that little fact, the breakfast was kind of nice. I wish I need some sort of anti-slip material on my... I have the pedals for my Logitech G27 it is, I think. The pedals there, they sort of slip, so I need to get some sort of anti-slipping material to put underneath so it can stay on the floor. It doesn't, something that doesn't hurt the floor either, but some sort of anti-slipping material would be great. So I'm almost done with headland. I'm too far out, but I know. See, get across here. Like so. I don't know if this is doable or if you should go probably further out. Well, maybe that's okay. Let's catch the line there and then like this. So I'm planting corn. That's what I'm planting currently. That is moving on quite nicely. I've done fields, let's see, field 45, 49, 46, and I'm on 38 now. We're gonna do 31 and 50, 54, 53, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4 fields left after this one. And there's a bit left on this one. So not the most okay, it's an okay there. Oh yeah, that was what I was gonna. Sometimes I wonder if I have ADHD or ADD something. But we were having breakfast and I was reading a little bit in this book I talked about on an earlier episode, not maybe on this Let's Play, maybe it was another Let's Play, but on learning. I think I talked about it. When it comes to learning science, and then there's some myths about learning, and a very interesting myth was that knowledge gets, actually the first one I'm going to talk about this, you know, if you know psychology, you know Maslow's, what's it called in English, what's the English word for it? Stair maybe of well, basically what you need to survive, and if you have food and basic needs fulfilled, then you can get to a higher level. The interesting thing about that is so widely accepted, and it was really widely accepted from the first time it showed up in literature when Maslow introduced it in the 70s, I think. But no one ever questioned it from a scientific point of view. He made this model of how it could work, and then people just pretty much accepted it. And he stated himself at one point that he was kind of confounded or thought it interesting that people didn't question his model. And I never questioned it either, so I thought it was interesting. And it could basically have such great impact on a lot of stuff in society without having really any scientific base for it. I think it holds true, but it's not as simple, and some studies show that it's not that stepwise as it is in model, but still interesting. Another interesting thing they talked about in the book is that how knowledge is learned. And that there's a model that says, I hadn't heard about this model, but it says that about, let's see, 60% is learned by doing stuff, 30% is learned by interacting communications, and another 10% is from formal studies. Which is an interest, but there's no scientific base for it. The only study the professors that wrote the book found was a study that showed that the percentages were way wrong. I.e., it was like 16, 40 something, 30, or I can't remember the exact numbers, but they were way off. And that was from a study that was about self-reported ideas on where you learn stuff. So there's basically no scientific evidence that says that that you learn in that sort of ratio, which is interesting, because if there's some pretty big companies that use that model for how you learn stuff, and as I said, doesn't really hold true that much. Oh yeah, that was the thing I was going to talk about. Actually, I keep forgetting what I was going to talk about. In the book, they're talking about the fact that knowledge, or the amount of information available, is so great that old information gets obsolete. And that's not true, because it falls on its own logic. Because old knowledge is a Pythagoras, or I don't know what's that called in English. Some old formula, Archimedes principle, or gravity, or anything that doesn't stop being obsolete just because you have information. But the interesting thing is that, talking about that, if you collected, before information society, if you collected all the data from the beginning of Earth, it would hold like 5 terabytes, exabytes, I think. So 5 million terabytes. Oh, sorry. Look back. Oh, that's okay. Which is interesting. And nowadays, that's when we reach that, like in a day or so. And for instance, but then you have to question what is information and what is learning. But if you look at the video you're watching now, that's a form of information. And one of my videos that's uploaded is around about 20-25 gigabytes in size. Doesn't mean you will retain that amount of information. The fact that it's that big is because it holds so much information. I mean, if I move the mouse here, that's an information, that's something that's translated, which you can see, but you won't remember it. It's not knowledge in that way. And that's the thing, that there's probably more information around today, but that's because there are better means of sharing the information. Doesn't mean that we somehow magically have more information at our hands. I guess it's interesting. In one way you could say that, argue that, well, you have information here, you can see what I'm doing, but then again, you probably have information, you're probably playing the same game yourself, and so in what way is this new information? Will you learn anything from it? Well, hopefully my rambling maybe, but otherwise not too much. 43, we almost have to go and fill this up. Oh, is it a bit too slow there actually? I had missed a little bit. I can live with that. No, we're out. So we need to go find our tractor, which is here. I borrowed a bunch of money and bought a bunch of pallets with fertilizer, because we need that to plant. So that's why I have more fertilizer. I actually ran out between the last recording and now. I missed a spot there, did I? Yes, I did. Quite a big spot too. Should go refill that later. Fill it up. Plant it, I mean. Sorry, fill it up with something else. I don't know, would you drive on top of a field which you planted? Probably not. If you want to keep the nice little rows here, you would probably not go the way I am doing. Oh no, damn it. That was a Stupid. Get this on here. Should go and fetch another one. Could I cut across here? Maybe. Will I get into the farm somehow? That's the important thing. I have a bunch of fields here I could actually plow and do some stuff. I could plant stuff there too if I want to do. Where? How do I get around this? Can I get around? Oh, there's a gate. So what are you doing? Anyone playing Lone Oak Farm? I know there's a few of the famous YouTubers, in contrary to me, who's not infamous, unfamous. I guess is the word. YouTubers that playing Lone Oak Farm. But as I said, I'm not one of them famous people. Don't have a huge gathering following me, which is probably a good thing. So here are my new little. Funny that I got the JCB skid steer there because I can't lift anything. Well, maybe they could lift the pallets of seeds though. I can't lift these. These are too heavy. Take this down to my other vehicles. Maybe I should do some of the grass fields too. Maybe I should plant. I don't know if I should plant them or not. A little bit confused where to do that. It's a nice house down here, which I haven't seen before. We're there. Go across here. Actually, see, this is a really nice map. I drove around it a little bit before, and there's some areas to north of this, northeast of this on this map, which are extremely nice. Which I had no idea that they were so nice. That sounded weird, but they were very nice. In real life, you would probably take this, the seeder, and put it to the side so you can get to this, get to it with the front loader. Have to go and switch. So we'll grab another one, but we'll put it down somewhere here. I don't think we need that until 31 over there somewhere. Oh. Bad driving. I think we could go over to field 31 and put it there somewhere. So I've been watching a lot of Millennial Farmer videos because he's doing a lot of harvesting. So that's cool. I think that's a really good channel. I think the link is in the description actually, because it's sort of based on, this Let's Play is sort of based on his farm, or their farm. I mean, it's not his farm per se. I think really one thing I really like about, it seems like there's a great deal of actually, well, how would you trim? There's a great deal of knowledge-based farming going on, which that sounds stupid. Of course, there's knowledge-based farming, but I think it's interesting that a lot of people actually go to college and graduate, and then go into farming, which seldom is the thing here in Sweden, I guess. You sort of inherit a farm and then you go into farming, or you decide not to go into farming and then you do something else with your life, like get a university degree. No, this is I'm not going here. I'm going up to this field over here. Which is up here. Which is interesting, I think. It's sort of different from how you would do it in say some. It seems like a lot of the channels I'm watching, maybe that's because people have degrees, do more sort of, are more inclined to do YouTube channels. But otherwise, if you look at what they do, they seem to have college degrees at least, which I would say is different. It's like, why isn't it doing anything? There we go. And in Sweden, if you get a college degree or a university degree, you usually don't go into farming. It's I'm probably wrong. There's probably exceptions to that rule, but the people I know from my family who were farmers and their kids went to college and got a university degree, they didn't continue farming. They went into some other sort of field, even though they got a technical degree or some sort of related degree to farming. They didn't continue being farmers. So, and I guess that's not too strange, pretty logical in a lot of ways. See, so that row is done. I'm going to fix this here. It's just a small bit here. Good. We can turn it off and we could fold it, because we're going to take it up to field 31. So that field went pretty fast. Not hugely fast, but okay fast. I'm gonna stop the episode here. I'll continue with the next field on the next episode. So anyway, thank you for watching. I'm Andy. This has been a Let's Play on the Lone Oak Farm. And if you like this channel, please subscribe. If you like this episode, please hit the like button, leave a comment or share. See you soon. Take care. Bye bye.